As people grow older, the immune system naturally becomes less efficient, a process known as immunosenescence. This age-related weakening of immune defenses leaves the body more vulnerable to infections, chronic inflammation, and slower healing. But when obesity is layered on top of aging, the decline becomes even more dramatic. Together, these two forces don't just double the risk, they interact in complex ways that deeply disrupt immune regulation, reduce disease resistance, and heighten vulnerability to both acute and chronic illnesses. The aging immune system already faces numerous challenges. T cells, which are critical for adaptive immunity, become less responsive. The body produces fewer naive immune cells capable of responding to new threats. Memory cells from previous infections linger, but with diminished effectiveness. The innate immune system, the body's first line of defense, also weakens, reducing the ability to mount quick, effective responses to pathogens. This is one reason why older adults are more likely to suffer severe complications from common infections like influenza or pneumonia, and why vaccines often work less efficiently in this population. Now, introduce obesity into this picture. Excess body fat, especially visceral fat, acts not just as stored energy, but as an active endocrine organ. It constantly secretes inflammatory compounds such as interleukin-6, tumor necrosis factor alpha, and leptin that disrupt the balance of immune signaling. This creates a state of chronic low-grade inflammation known as metaflammation, which keeps the immune system in a constant state of irritation. Over time, this persistent immune activation actually leads to immune exhaustion, impairing the body's ability to detect and fight genuine threats. It's a condition of being inflamed but defenseless, an immune system that is simultaneously overactive and underperforming. This combination of aging and obesity-induced immune dysfunction is especially dangerous in the face of viral threats. During the COVID-19 pandemic, for example, older adults with obesity were among the most likely to suffer from severe illness, require intensive care, or die from complications. Their immune systems were often unable to respond adequately in the early stages of infection, and when they did respond, the response was often disorganized and excessively inflammatory, damaging the body's own tissues. This wasn't an isolated outcome, but a vivid demonstration of how fragile the immune defenses become when aging and obesity intersect. But the risks extend far beyond viral infections. Older obese adults are more likely to develop bacterial infections, particularly in the skin, urinary tract, and lungs. Healing from injuries or surgeries takes longer and is more prone to complications. The effectiveness of vaccines is reduced, not only because of immunosenescence, but also due to the way obesity alters immune cell function and distribution. Even cancer surveillance, the immune system's ability to detect and destroy abnormal cells before they form tumors, is weakened, raising the lifetime risk of certain cancers, including those of the colon, breast, and pancreas. Moreover, inflammation caused by obesity contributes to the worsening of autoimmune diseases in older individuals. While the aging immune system typically becomes less aggressive, the dysregulation introduced by excess adipose tissue can confuse the immune system into attacking the body's own tissues, triggering or worsening conditions like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, and psoriasis. This paradoxical state of simultaneous immune decline and autoimmune risk is difficult to treat and deeply burdensome. What makes this situation even more concerning is that the symptoms of immune dysfunction in older obese adults are often subtle or misattributed. Fatigue, slow recovery, frequent colds, and low-grade fevers may be brushed off as typical signs of aging, when in fact they are warning signals of an immune system struggling to keep up. By the time serious infections or inflammatory complications appear, it is often late in the process and recovery is far more difficult. Yet despite the grim picture, there is still meaningful opportunity to intervene. One of the most powerful ways to support immune function in older obese adults is to reduce chronic inflammation. And that begins with weight loss. Even modest reductions in body fat can reduce the inflammatory load and improve immune markers. Studies have shown that lifestyle changes, including improved nutrition, regular physical activity, and stress management, can enhance immune resilience even in the elderly. Exercise is particularly potent. It doesn't just help with weight management. It directly boosts immune efficiency by promoting circulation, reducing systemic inflammation, and enhancing the function of immune cells like natural killer cells and macrophages. A consistent program of gentle strength training and aerobic movement can help regulate immune responses, balance hormone levels, and reduce the risk of infection and inflammation-related damage. Nutrition is equally critical. Diets rich in antioxidants, fiber, and phytonutrients, such as the Mediterranean or DASH diets, help fight oxidative stress and reduce inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids, zinc, selenium, and vitamins D and E are particularly important for supporting immune health, and older obese adults are often deficient in these nutrients due to poor dietary habits. Improving gut health with probiotic and prebiotic foods can also positively modulate the immune response, given the deep link between the microbiome and immune function. In some cases, targeted interventions such as vitamin D supplementation, flu and pneumonia vaccines, or immune monitoring through regular lab work can help older obese adults better manage their risks. But these tools work best when used in conjunction with broader lifestyle changes. There is no single pill that can restore immune function lost through decades of metabolic and inflammatory strain. Ultimately, aging and obesity together create a dangerous immune landscape that is often invisible until a crisis hits. But recognizing the warning signs early and addressing the root causes with urgency can dramatically alter the trajectory. Supporting immune health in this population isn't just about preventing infections, it's about preserving vitality, resilience, and quality of life. In a world where new pathogens and chronic diseases are on the rise, the immune system becomes a vital line of defense. And for older adults with obesity, strengthening that line is not just a medical goal, it's a necessity for survival. Ignoring this connection is a mistake we cannot afford to make.